Hello everyone, I'm Rodney Reynolds, and this video will be about the hack that happened to me a little while ago. I still do not have my YouTube channel back, so I'm waiting patiently, hopefully for YouTube to restore everything. A little worried, but worst thing is I lose everything. I'm still alive, I still have my health, so, right? Expect the worst, hope for the best. Anyway, I'll just explain what happened to me, so maybe if you are in the same situation, or maybe if you want to avoid it, this is information that you can hopefully use. So, copyright claims on YouTube obviously are, well, serious. A couple of them, and that's it. Your account's terminated. So it's something that I've always taken very seriously. I've been on YouTube since 2006. I've been producing content ever since the year 2000, actually. So I know all too well how tricky it is when it comes to copyright violations on YouTube. So I am ultra careful. So to make a long story short, when I got this copyright warning, copyright violation in my email, I was a little bit, wary about the email since I'm so careful, but I was also curious. You know what they say about curiosity, right? So I clicked on it, and then literally within a few seconds after clicking on it, I realized this is obviously not from YouTube. So within maybe under a minute or two, I went into my account and changed everything that I had there. I changed the two-step verification, I changed the authentication, I changed the password, I changed everything. And a few hours after that, and actually I was watching TV, I came back to my computer and, well, you know the rest. The hacker got into the account, changed everything. The backup codes, passwords, the recovery emails, the recovery phone number, two-step verification, everything on the account. So, I shouldn't have clicked on the file, obviously. I never do. But, with a copyright violation, you've only got, you don't have very long to respond to that, right? And just so you know, as far as I know, I don't think YouTube actually contacts you through email with copyright violations. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but I think they used to in the past. But in any case, when a content provider gets something like this, the first thing that they're worried, right? Because they don't want their account to be terminated. So this is definitely a scam, and the other thing, though, I'm thinking is, why was it so easy for the hacker to go in and change everything on my account? This is very scary to me, actually, because a lot of us have a lot of content in the cloud, and I'm not just talking about Google. I'm talking about all kinds of content providers that are out there. I'm talking about iCloud, Dropbox, the Google services and all the rest of it. How secure are these services? I was absolutely amazed. Remember, I clicked on an email, clicked on the file. It opened up a document which was shared onto my Google Drive in the cloud, and I guess as soon as that happened, that was it. And it didn't matter what I did after the fact. Once it was done, that was it. And what I can't understand is I went in, I changed everything after the fact, and they still managed to get in. So this is a real wake-up call for me, to be honest. And I'm, a little bit wary now about the content that I do have online. And I'm seriously thinking about just pulling it all and going literally offline for a lot of things, and backing up everything And that way, at least, you know, you can feel a little bit more secure about, you know, your data and your documents and stuff. They can still get all kinds of stuff, of course. I mean, in your Google account, for example, they have, you know, payments, payment, all your options, debit cards, credit cards. They have your location. They have history, you know, of everything that you've done in the past. So it's pretty scary for sure. So, and like I said, I don't know if it's any more secure to go to other services than Google. I doubt it. I suspect they're all probably the same. So that's what happened to me. And what you should do if this happens to you, I mean, I know panic is the first instinct, right? For me, I have thousands of videos on there. And remember, I've been on there ever since day one. So it was like, you know, wow, seriously. You know, they got in even after I just, you know, realized it and went in and changed everything. They got in even after that, and they kept changing things. But luckily enough, it would seem that hopefully before they did too much damage to the YouTube channel overall, well, they did do damage because ultimately what they did is they posted content on the channel that got me terminated. So, you know, it's ironic, right? Some hacker sends me an email about copyright violations, and then they go on there and violate the policies, the community guidelines on YouTube, and then I'm terminated. So obviously this has nothing to do with me. It's something to do with a hacker to control the account. So I guess my question is, okay, so let's go back. If this happens to you, do not, if you post it on Twitter or you post it on Instagram, do not, people are going to tell you to go to other people to unlock your account. They will not do that. They will just take your money, and they'll not help you. They will not do anything. Unless, of course, you're paying the hacker themselves. And they can, you know, maybe then they'll, you know, give you your account back. I'm not sure how this works, but this is what happened to me. I posted on Twitter, and as soon as I posted on Twitter, there were, I don't know, probably 10 or more people on the different Twitter accounts saying that I should visit this person on Instagram, or this person here, or this person there. I did contact one of them. Guess what they asked me for first? Payment. I said, unlock my account first and I'll pay you. And like, that's not the way it works. So fishy world, man. It's a fishy place out there. People are just trying to take you down and to, you know, take your money, right? So, but you know, it's the way it goes. But so don't trust anyone besides Google or YouTube to bring your account back. You know, the team YouTube partners would be the people that you would need to go to. You can, you know, link them in your Twitter. You could just say that your account was hacked. There's some information too on Reddit about all this stuff. You can get more information about it. But, and this not only pertains, of course, to the copyright violations on YouTube. It could be any kind of file. I've been kind of monitoring the YouTube channel as of late, and there's lots of people who've been compromised. And some accounts come back within a few days. Mine has been down for, well, I think it's Monday or Tuesday it happened. I think Monday, Yeah, Monday it was. And today is Saturday. So, and you know, it's hopefully, fingers crossed, it all comes back. This is another issue with my account, is that, you know, remember, thousands of videos. The hacker put all of them in private. So if you go to a link now of one of my old YouTube videos, you will see, well, at the time at least, right now or shortly after, hopefully it'll come back, but they're all listed as private. So, excuse me, they're still here, you know, they're still there, sorry. That would indicate to me that they're still there. So that's a good thing, really. But I hope YouTube can unprivatize them, because for me to click on every single video or a bunch of videos, I got 600 pages of videos, literally. I mean, I just can't do this myself, one by one, from private to public, from private to public. And then also the problem with that is, if you do that, you are going to probably send out, to your subscription list, all of, indicating that there's a new video gone public. And I hope that YouTube is addressing that problem as well. But I just can't understand, Google and YouTube, how does a hacker get into your account and change authentication codes? How did I get in there and change your passwords? How did I get in there and change everything about it? No matter what, and no matter what you do on your end, you cannot get your account back. The only thing that really stopped the hacker was the fact that they YouTube or Google, I guess, realized they got my email, and I filled out forms which YouTube will instruct you to fill out, and I could link to them below, but it's best because those forms probably change over time, and if you're watching this in the future, it's not going to apply. But just contact Google or YouTube, and you can do that within the chat box or on Twitter. Like I said, I have multiple accounts on my with Google, so I went in. Actually, it's funny enough, the hacker took control of my account, but I could get in. I could gain access because it's still open in the browser. Even though they changed the passwords, I could still access my Gmail account. I could still access the YouTube account. So I went into the YouTube account and opened up a chat box, got into a chat box, and then YouTube helped me through the process. And although I haven't really heard much about the progress per se on the account, but I'm trusting that they can retrieve it and get it back. So I don't know what else is there. There was a few other people that I've been messaging back and forth on Twitter, and the same thing happened to them, And again, they're just scratching their heads going, how can this be done? How can a hacker get into with verifications and with, I have malware on my system. I am secured like you would not believe. So, but the vulnerability was just launching that email file. That was it. And, from my perspective, this is how I think they got in. I clicked on the email, which there was a file inside of it, and it was a copyright thing. My picture was on the thing. It looked totally legitimate, right? And I clicked on it, and then it must have either uploaded that file to my shared cloud, or it was already on there. They shared it with me already on there. That's what I think what happened. And somehow when you do that, so a shared document that a hacker can share with something on it can take control of your account, and you'll never be able to take control back, because that's what happened to me. This is what happened to the other people as well that I've been speaking to on this. So this has been a really long-winded video on this, but I just wanted to tell you what happened, and cross fingers and toes and everything else that I can get the channel back. It's been a lot of hard work ever since 2006. It's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears poured into all my work. Now I have a lot of it backed up, but do I really want to upload thousands of videos and lose all the comments and lose all the everything else that was on there? No, I'm not. And besides, this is another question I have for YouTube or Google. How about all the analytics? How about the payments? How does this affect the person who gets hacked? Of course, it's going to affect the content provider. It's not a good situation. And, I'm not blaming Google or YouTube. I'm just asking them, like, why and how is this possible? Going forward, the majority of people probably have cloud services, and I have everything backed up and backed up, but a lot of people don't, and I'm taken back, to be honest, that someone could get in and compromise what you would think is a very secure account. So easy, just one file. That's it. Done. And like I said, after I clicked on it, I did go into my Google account and I did change everything. That did not help. That did not help at all. Another thing I would suggest, back up the data that you have already. Um, you can also reinstall whatever browser you were using or browsers. You can clear the cache. You can reset them completely. You can also do a complete and total reinstall of your OS, which is pretty brutal, right? Because a lot of us have a lot of stuff installed and you don't want to do that because there's a lot of work involved in that. So, but that's been my account on this experience. I know some other big content providers out there and in my industry also have had this happen to them. And while it was a long time ago, it was pretty unnerving. It's pretty frustrating. And the anticipation of you know what's going to happen is, I think, it's the worst. But I kind of went on a long hiatus there for 6 years, 5-6 years away from YouTube. So for me, it's just losing that presence and all those videos and everything else that I had for that long online. That just is a little bit disconcerting to me. But just it is what it is, and there's nothing much that I can do at this point except for wait for for YouTube to hopefully get all this resolved. So I'm gonna say goodbye, and I will see you in the next one.